Hey everybody, this is Dream. I want to apologize for the sound in the background. There's construction going on around me. So with that said, let's get into this NBA slate. We have a pretty decent 8-game slate here. Obviously, lots of injuries today, as per usual in the NBA this season. We have one team that has a whole bunch of dudes out, but we have guys out across the board here. Again, sorry for the construction noise in the background. With that said, for the Bucks, Giannis is out. For Drew Holiday is out. Dragic is out. For the Magic, Carter Jr. and Harris are questionable. For the Wizards, Kuzma is questionable. For the Pistons, Cunningham, Bogdanovich, Stewart, Hayes, Duren, Diallo, and Burks are all out. For the 76ers, Harden, Harris, and Tucker are all questionable. For the Timberwolves, Towns and Noel are out. For the Hornets, Ball is out. For the Knicks, Brunson is questionable. For the Nets, Simmons is out. For the Warriors, Wiggins is out. Looks like Curry's going to be back. For the Thunder, Jalen Williams, Pokovetsky, and Kenrich Williams are out. For the Jazz, Sexton is out. Kessler is questionable. For the Grizzlies, Morant is out. Adams is out. And Clark is out. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Bamba are out. And then Russell is questionable. So we have lots of injuries today. Still a bunch of questionable tags. But we do have some good plays for you today, so we're going to start here. Before I do that, can you guys smash that like and subscribe button? It really helps the channel a lot. Really do appreciate it. With that said, let's start with Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal has been playing pretty well since the All-Star break. He's been playing a bit above what he was earlier in the season, and he seems like he's healthy now. His price is still pretty fair. As long as it's around $8,000, he's somebody I like to look for, especially if Kuzma gets out, then he becomes a even better play. But he looks like a really solid option today. Then we're going to look at Desmond Bane from Memphis, who is going to get more usage as a result of Morant being out, and he should continue to play a lot of minutes. Like last game, he scored 47 fantasy points. His price is about the same, so I expect a similar kind of outcome. Plus, he's got an easier matchup this time against the Lakers, and of course, they don't have LeBron either, so that's going to help him too. Then Chris Middleton. For Milwaukee. He looks like he's going to be playing today. I would like him more if he ends up starting, but he's been playing pretty solid for the most part lately as he's gotten back to playing a few more minutes. He should get more minutes today with Giannis out and a couple other guys and Drew Holiday out. So I look for him to be a great option today, assuming he starts. Then we're going to look at Bobby Portis for Milwaukee as well. He looks like he's in a really good spot with Giannis out. He should start and get full complement of minutes, and he's just too cheap for his potential here. Typically, when Giannis is out, he starts and becomes a great play. And anytime he's under $7,000 in that situation, he's definitely worth taking a look at. Then we're going to look at Cam Johnson for Brooklyn at $5,900. He looks like he's a really solid option today. He's been playing really well since he's joined the Nets, and I look for that to continue here. He's not a must-play, but he's a good secondary play based on his price, so he looks really solid. Then we're going to look at Jaden Ivey for this is going to be the start of some Detroit players. Detroit has a lot of guys out. A few guys are going to play a bunch of complemented minutes. He'll be one of them. He'll be a starter for sure, and he has a good upside when he does have this kind of situation. He is streaky though, but he definitely has upside today with this situation, so I definitely like him here. Then we're going to look at Tyrese Maxey. Now, he gets even a bigger boost if Harden is out, but he's still just too cheap for his production as a starter. As long as he's in the starting lineup he's under $6,000, he's a near must-play for fantasy. Plus, he's got a nice matchup today against Minnesota, so he's got all sorts of upside. Marvin Bagley kind of was a disappointment yesterday, but he should bounce back today and have a good game. There's not going to be too many players for the Pistons, so he's going to be one of them, and he should start and play a lot of minutes. It's just a matter of matchups and stuff, and it seems like a better matchup today. Tyus Jones looks way too cheap still for his potential here. Anytime that Morant is out, Tyus Jones has big upside, and he's got another game here now where he's going to have more upside as a result of the situation. Plus, he's got an easier matchup this time. He's very close to must play. I think 25 to 35 fantasy points is pretty likely in this matchup, and I look for him to be a great play on the slate. Mitchell Robinson has played really well since being back from his injuries, and he looks like he's a pretty solid option. He's a little bit underpriced today, especially if some other guys if Brunson gets rolled out, he'll get some more role. I'd also gonna add Emmanuel Quickly here, assuming he continues to start. He's gonna be a guy that is gonna be worth taking a look at here. And if Brunson is out, he'll be a must play on the slate. Then we're going to look at Cole Anthony for Orlando. He has been playing really solid lately. He's got some ups and downs, but he does have a high ceiling, even though he does have a low floor. Sometimes he does come off the bench, so I do want to check on what his minutes projection is, but he looks like a good play. Javon Carter from Milwaukee is pretty interesting today with Drew Holiday Drew Holiday and Giannis out. If he draws the start, he'll be somebody that I would definitely consider putting in your roster. It's actually going to be somewhat difficult today with the point guards because there's so many good ones available that can only play point guard. Corey Joseph is another one at Detroit who looks like he may start today, and if he does, then he would become a must-play. He was actually really good last game anyway, even though he didn't start, and he's been pretty solid lately, and with only a handful of players, he should get 25 to 30 minutes, and he should be good to go here. Then we're going to look at Hampton, another Detroit player. I would say that I only really want to use him if he starts, but he does have some upside as he played really well the last game, and his price is literally minimum priced, but he's very dependent on, being a starter probably for that likelihood to repeat that, but he's still a nice value play. As for the expensive plays, so many of them are out or questionable, so, basically Luka, Joel Embiid, and Curry and Shai Alexander are probably what you got, and then maybe Julius Randle. Honestly, there's not a whole lot to love up there at the price ranges they are. I do think Joel Embiid is probably the safest option of those guys, and if Anthony Davis does end up playing, then he would definitely be partially viable. Same with James Harden, but I still find those guys a little bit more risky today than they're worth, and this looks like it'll be Curry's first game back, so I'd probably stay away from him. As for my team picks, I have Milwaukee over Orlando, Detroit over Washington, the Knicks over the Hornets, Philadelphia over Minnesota, Golden State over Oklahoma City. Then we have Brooklyn over Houston, the Jazz over Dallas, and the Memphis Grizzlies over the Lakers. So with that said, guys, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below, and have a nice day, guys.